Welcome to Friday class. Hopefully, you guys are having an excellent end of the week. Oh man, I love your sword, bro. For real. Every single time you're in
No
no
homo.
background. What is it?
No,
Oh shit. I
no
just
homo.
realized. Oh man, I just was trying to give you a compliment.
Already, it's Friday, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. So let's
Good.
take a look at what I got here. How was your morning your
Perfect
morning
long
show,
trade,
bro?
bro. Great
What is
trade.
it?
Perfect long trade. Great trade this morning, man. So pretty happy. Pretty happy,
Nice.
man.
I wasn't able to go over today. I woke up a little bit late and I had to do a couple of stuff around here. Lately, the heat here is been, dude, like melting.
Oh,
And the
really?
wind is also being like terrible. I don't know why. A lot of hot with it. I mean, I feel like in an air fryer. But yeah, uh, it is supposed to be that a technician should be, or they were supposed to be here 7 minutes ago to connect the ACs because we have individual standalone units,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they were disconnected when we made the switch. Yeah, so I don't have AC for now. I just have a big ass fan next to me right here, which is pushing hot air. But still, a great day because it seems like we're holding and we're holding pretty strongly. So you mentioned that you're long, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Long like
And
Donkey
by the way,
Kong.
I need to give it to you. Yesterday on the class, you mentioned that we could be bouncing out of the trend line, and I was looking for a further movement to a downside, somewhere around 80, 55, and pretty spot on, bro. It actually went in between your target and my target and bounce up right to the dynamic record.
Yeah.
Very,
No, that was
very
good.
nice. That was a good one. Yeah.
Perfect bounce, man. Yeah, off that golden pocket there in the sweep of the lows, right?
Yeah. CryptoPollo, what's the other D?
Others dominance. So it's
Oh,
everything excluding the top. Is it 100 or 10? Top 10? Everything excluding the top 10, I believe it is.
yeah, I thought you were talking about something about your channel, like other D. Like, what are we talking about? I thought you were actually making fun because
Top
I
10,
talk
yeah.
about others sword. All right. All right, so man, I kind of like went the other way around. There. All right, awesome. So let's take a look at that. Let's get started first with what I'm seeing right here in the chats, and then we do a round robin charting here or circle around, and I'll take a look at the other D. At this point, Bitcoin, I was expecting a further move to the downside, right here to the trend line. All right, we did not have it. In fact, as we were breaking, Alex mentioned, or right before we were breaking, Alex mentioned, hey, we could be bouncing out of the area that we are right now, right? We had a indecision candle and we bounced the dynamic reactor. This in the 4 hour might not look like much, but on the 3 minutes, 5 minutes, well, then that is a very nice trade. That is a almost 4% trade, right? So that was a fantastic move here. There. Right now, we bounced from the dynamic reactor and we're holding our ground right there at the trend line. I'm not sure if we're going to be holding it. Seems like we want to continue going downwards here. But also, I mean, the reaction to this candle also talks about a bullish sentiment at this area. So, I mean, if we compare it to S&P 500, S&P actually took a top yesterday. Man, today is just horrible. Seems like it doesn't want to stop. And Bitcoin is standing its ground. I do believe that Bitcoin is going to be lagging behind. So I do expect throughout the weekend to see a candle downwards. Although through this day, through Friday, we might even hit once again the 84 area. I don't have any entries on the 4 hours at all. Maybe on the 5 minutes, on the 15, and maybe we could be seeing some structure being formed, which I believe we do, and then a bounce up to some of our resistances. So at this point, I will be looking at the 84,900 and also a possibility of making still a higher low right here and then breaking through. Again, let's not lose the sight of the big picture. This is 2021 cycle candles being plotted here. We can see a couple of low spots right there, somewhere around 78, 77, but ultimately making a dead cat bounce. I'm not expecting this cycle to have this other bounce to create a higher high. At the beginning, I was, but at this point, I'm not based on the market structure that we're seeing right now. But I do expect a dead cat bounce, and then that's why I have this question marks right there, because once we are turning around on that dead cat bounce, I would say that we need to analyze it once again and start creating a new trend line that could be either adding support or failing through, right? And at this point, I believe that we're going to be going downwards if we keep moving the way that we're moving. It seems like commercial fighting has started, and that doesn't look good for anyone there. So let me turn it back to you, Alex. Let me know, how did you enter today? Because you mentioned you had a couple of trades, and I'm also going to
Yeah,
be.
man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. All right. Well, I'm long like Donkey Kong right now, but you guys here you go. Let's look at it, baby. Let's look. Uh easy SFP right here. Reclaim of orb, push back up. Okay, so oh baby. Oh baby, are we going to break it, man? We're going to break out right now. I think we're going to pump, man. I think this is going to pump. Like Jerome Powell going to come on. He going to get his little machine out, right? He's going to get his little machine, Mr. Jerome Powell, and he's going to go, "Hey guys, it's been a long day. It's Friday. Let's go," right? And then you go fire up that printing machine. Oh man. But this thing is firing off. Up $400 right here. Up 1,600 on the day. Uh, so been a really good day for me. I don't know how it's been for you, but we gave the setup on the live. So if you do want some setups and trades live, I can hook you up. I do it every single day. So this morning, woke up at 5 this morning. Okay, I've been up since 5 Eastern Standard Time because my son decided he wanted to sing. So my son was singing, and I was here, and I saw the dump. Like, all right, so what do we look for? We look for a retest back into the previous highs. I got short this morning off of this baby right here. Boop. Quick old 400. Uh, damn, this thing's flying, baby. We going to the moon. Uh, and then a lot of chop this morning. Okay, and your indicators are Nasdaq, baby. Look at this thing. The Nasdaq absolutely shit the bed this morning. Okay, bullish divergence in here. This is why we get long right here. Okay, confluence. Trying to get back to that 18,000 critical level here on the Nasdaq. Okay, can it do it? Yes, it can. Bitcoin trades just like it. Okay, there's your bounce. Same thing. Okay, same thing. Pumping, pumping. Okay, I'm not saying press buy right now, by the way. Just so you know. Uh, so pushing up this morning, rejection off VWAP, rejection off VWAP. Some people on the live stream took the short trade, which is great. You had a beautiful little short trade in here, Doji engulfing short trade. Okay, so a bunch of people took that trade this morning, which was like this break of momentum and sweep down back into our key volume level, and then bounced up here. I took this trade in here. My God, this thing's printing. Anyways, which is a wick test. Okay, it's I it's hard to explain what a wick test is. Okay, it's basically, I struggle teaching people this. So when you break out, it's a 3 candle pattern, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, and what happens is the price doji engulfing. Okay. So that I didn't buy this candle. Okay. So that would have been a nice buy continuation. However, we did get a wick test. So this candle, this next candle pushed up, it came back down, and it pretty much goes even to that previous candle here. You see that there? So you get this pattern called a wick test, okay? This is like scalper's paradise. If you know what a wick test is, that's a wick test, okay? So it's a 3 candle pattern. It typically consists of you pushing out, coming back, and retesting. So that's the trade I took this morning on the live. Very easy buy. I buy here. You got bullish momentum, bounce off of a golden pocket in here. So we were looking a little bit lower. That's why we didn't buy right away this morning. This was right into market open, right? So you have swing low to swing high, golden pocket, key support level right in here. So this was a buy area. So there's confluence there with this pushing up, right? You breakout, you retest, you continue. We took this trade up to the golden pocket, made a quick 500 off of that. I said, we're still looking to sweep into these lows. Well, guess what we came for? The 786 platinum pocket just now. We reclaim orb, and we push all the way up into now the 618, 6.5. Can this continue? Maybe, maybe not. But right now, this looks bullish, okay? Why does this look bullish? Well, we have choppy momentum. We have the NASDAQ pushing back. We have the S&P pushing back, okay? We know Jerome Powell is going to come on and say something. Is he speaking yet? What time does he speak, my man? You should know, OC. You're always tuned in with Piper in the news. What time is Jerome Pow?
Let me take a look at that.
11:25. He's speaking in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So he's going to come on. He's going to get his little machine out, and he's going to create inflation, baby. That's my guess. That's my guess. So we have an OC breakout retest right now because it's OC style. Nobody else trades like this, okay?
You're just jealous that that they put my name on something that common, bro.
Bro, I'm jealous because, anyways, I'm long here, but I'm jealous that he's getting in long here. Yeah. Anyways, happy Friday, bro. Oh, man. So looking for OC breakout continuation here. Into resistance. So we have a golden pocket 786 here. Want to see sweep of the highs. We had the order block marked out for you guys yesterday. Key levels. Okay, so key levels coming up into here. We had this marked out for you guys. If you look at, I think it's the 15-minute. Look at that. Beautiful loud order block sitting here, waiting for us for the rejection yesterday. Okay, a beautiful bottoming structure in here, pushed all the way out. Rejection off of that, pushed all the way down, continuation off of that, up we go, right? So can it continue? I think so. The concern is that, like we talked about yesterday, right? So we gave you guys the trade setup yesterday off of the low here. I got long right here up to the top. Literally got long on this low here, OC, and got out right here. $1,000 trade. Could have been like, bro, it could have been huge, right? But as you know, I had appointments with my family yesterday, so I took a quick scalp. I didn't want to hold the trade while I was out with the family. That's why trading's awesome, right? So just wanted to make sure you guys key level, key sweep of the lows, bounce out of here, SFP continuation out, right? So now we're trying to continue. Can it push through this golden pocket, then back up to the highs? We'll have to wait and find out, but looking good so far on this long trade. So that's what I'm seeing right now. And then macro sense, really just for me right now, it's about mitigation. So can we get up in here and close above this high, right? This would be our macro high that we want to take right here, getting above here. But right now, this would be sufficient. If we can just get above here, that would be good in the sense of, hey, we can look for, even if we come back down a higher low, some sort of continuation out of here. But we'll have to wait and see. I think in my opinion, what's going on right now is it's like a COVID dump. That's how I'm looking at this. So this is my idea of what's happening on COVID, where you get this big old. I mean, we have to go back in way back in time. I don't even know if it doesn't go there. We're getting our version right now of a washout, right? Look at the S&P washout, right? S&P typically corrects 20% in a washout like that. Almost there, baby. Right? Almost there. Right? My 20% line, 5,000. Okay, NASDAQ, same thing, right? Almost there. Right? So can we find some lows, right? You better believe people are still buying this. At these levels here, they're like backing up the truck, right? Think about institutional money. They're looking 10 years out. They see this on the NASDAQ. You're retesting these lows all the way back in beginning of the year, 2024, 2023. Yeah. You're able to buy the low in 2024 in 2025, right? So corrective, yeah. Cool. Can we bounce? We'll see. This will be the area, in my opinion, if we do bounce, that we could get back up and go in. But we'll have to wait and see. I remain optimistic. I'm not bearish. It's Friday, baby. Let's go.
All right, so let's take a look at Ethereum, and then we move into the request for Crypto Pollo really quickly. So let's move into my charts. Ethereum not playing out. I mean, not disappointing at all. I mean, look at that. It's just dumping, man. It's just dumping. So I was expecting a bounce out of here. We cake it. We nail it. That's not daily. Let's take a look at the 4 hours. Perfectly here. We nail on that trade. What's next? Well then, basically I was expecting a breakout movement here, retest, and then off we go. What happened within the same freaking candle? It just broke below. I was not able to take the short. I did not have the clear entry other than the topping here that I was expecting to hold. Why? Because we had a zero line. I don't know why my oscillator doesn't have a zero line in here. But there we go. Let me just click OK. And for some reason, it was 1. There we go. OK. And we were above that zero line in here. I was expecting a flip of the ribbon right there. It did not happen. Went straight through. That's fine. So what's happening now? We are ranging. We don't even have enough momentum to push to the upside for then keep flopping. So that is, well, Ethereum classical. I'm not gonna be surviving this next cycle. So move. So based on that, oops, and I don't know why my recording is small. Based on this, let me just bring out a couple of areas that I could be looking for that retracement. And there it is. Some resistances, a trend line. Not only that, there we go, a daily trend line. And let's see, there we go. We also have a big disparity area right there. Not only that disparity area, if we start looking for order blocks, we have a ginormous gigantosaur loud order block in there, which is
Is that the Mexican T-Rex?
there you go.
Gigantosaurus. Let's
The
go.
gigantosaurus.
I love it.
So a Bigfoot order block in here, loud order block, which is not only heavy, thick, and large, but it's also bearish AF, right? So do not expect us to be making any hard move to the upside. If we do, well, it's because we're gonna be seeing this order block start shrinking. All right. So if you see shrink out of this order block, which is gonna be important, how of a shrinkage, baby, maybe just changing from this candle to the next candle here, and then making it small, and then separating in maybe a loud order block and a soft order block. If that is the case, if we see this thing just migrating out of place, we might have a chance to start breaking at least the dynamic reactor. But I don't think so, man. This is just too strong, too big, too bearish, right? And at this point, yes, we have a bullish divergence, but we are flipping around. Let me just clear this up. There we go. It seems like we're flipping around. We're still on the red cloud, which means the most immediate movement should be bearish. right? So I'd rather see a dip of that oscillator and then go back up. A point of interest for me would be right there, all the way down to the purple line, somewhere around 1,619. And well, if I could be aiming for a short, I would be aiming somewhere around where the trend line is, the resistance is, the huge order block is there. So basically, going to that area, shorting it, and then going back downwards. So in the case that we reach that area, do expect to be something like that. All right. So I might be front running this movement and jumping in a little bit earlier before we impact that resistance. How would that look like? It's gonna be something like this, and my stop loss will be maybe till the POC. In this case, I'm not gonna be adding the wiggle room because the wiggle room, it's already factored inside my stop loss by not taking this area right there. So basically, I'm jumping in faster. So giving it a bigger stop loss for me makes no sense. And if I do that, I will also be below my one limit right there. So in fact, right now, I'm just teasing not to take that trade, right? So how can I maybe do that if I will not be taking that trade? Well, I can maybe separate my first entry there at 1/2 of an entry, and maybe the other one right there, another 1/2 of an entry. That will be as much as I will go. I just try to do 1/2 of an entry, and that will be it. If I just see it going upwards, I'll try. And I just see the meme that you posted. Mexi Rex, he says, JR, love it, bro. Oh, yeah, that's going to be me later tonight, I promise. And with a bunch of tequila. So let's take a look at the next thing here. By the way, I always talk about tequila, but I just drink 3 beers and I'm out. Second beer, I'm just talking more than I should. So I do like tequila, but I'm not a big drinker at all, man, at all. I haven't exercised that muscle in a long time. So it's been sorted. So let's go now and reach for, and of course, I have it turned off. Dominance, other D. All right, other D. Other total mix. Yeah, perfect. Top 10 dominance. So let's just recap of what this is and what would this be important, right? This is basically a crypto market without anything important. So, I mean, we are basically just taking out Bitcoin, right? Ethereum. Everybody should be taking out Ethereum. Fuck Ethereum. So Ethereum and all of the altcoins, right? All the stable coins. So no USDT, no USDC, no BUSD, but that doesn't exist anymore. Whatever, right? None of this. So what are we looking at this? Usually this is an impact on information. I don't really looked at it. That's why, because look at on basic and dominance, but I don't really looked at this. And that is because I might be already factored whatever this is showing me with just dominance, right? With Bitcoin dominance. Why? Because at this point, I don't see any other influxes of money. Fuck Ethereum. Hashtag F Ethereum. Fidelity Ethereum. There you go. So, so the point in here, it is that this is an easy way, right, to just deduct stuff, right? So what are we deducting here? It's just basically all of the market cap of the altcoins without the important stuff, right? So what are we seeing? We're just dumping here, and then we're holding. Holding is good. Why? Because we are not dumping on other coins. We're just in the way of just between holding the bottom and not moving upwards that much, right? So we are wiggling in that place. Something that Crypto Pollo mentioned is that we could be having a daily oversold in here. So, and that is something that Alex of Crypto showed in his previous analysis, right? Something which is a bottom, a maybe sweep of the lows, and then on the sweep of the lows and the confluence, which we don't know, we still don't know if we have that confluence, we could be bouncing upwards. This is a little tricky at this point. Why? Because we're talking about all of the altcoins, right? At this point, I do see a support. I do see a resistance in here. and I see breakout. Well, whatever this is, either a fake out or sweep of the lows, and retest. And my strategy is telling me, well, I am below the zero line. Let me put in here the zero. This is pissing me off that the damn thing doesn't have a zero line. All right. And I'm constantly being below here. So what should I be expecting? If I'm below, I could be expecting movement to the downside. But also something interesting is that, as CryptoPoyo mentioned, a double bottom on the oscillator could be playing out. We double. This is not dual divergences, not double divergence. This is dual divergences in peak seeker and oversold, which means bounce till where? Well, that remains to be seen. So what could we be maybe taking a look at here? Well, I will be looking at something like, I don't know, Jasmine. I could be taking a look at something like, I don't know, some other stuff, if they have the correct pattern. Like, for example, if I go here and I do see that we are on a, there we go, on a area of entry, maybe sweep of the lows, as I break this trend line entry here, and then trying to hit this area, breakout retest, and then try to get a bearish zone, right? So why did I mention Jasmine? I like Jasmine, and them thing, it's been dying. So then why do I want to buy it? I don't want to buy it. I just want a bounce of it, right? I just want to profit out of it. So I believe that we could be in a near future bouncing. Look at that. We have a bunch on our oscillator, a bunch of confluence. What is that kind of confluence? Triple bullish divergence, dual divergence, because we also have another divergence from here to there. We have a reversal. We have a peak seeker. So I just think that we need maybe that movement to get to a disparity zone, breakout, going to another disparity zone, retest, and off we go. Guys, give me just 1 second. Seems like an important post coming in. Bueno.
The
Sí, amor, ¿qué pasó?
SEC
Algo
won't let me
importante.
be or let me be me, so let me show you
Okay.
what I'm looking at.
Okay, cool. There. Sorry about that. Just it was a missed call
you
from
good?
my fiance, but she called me, yeah, from a phone that only
His
emergencies, but she
fiance, look at
fat
that
fingered
chica
that.
bonita, mamacita.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna have
He was like, "You
little
ready
C's
for
running around
Friday?" And I
soon.
was, "Let's go, baby."
Hey, get the tequila, mamacita.
Nice. So thank you for
Others
covering that. Let
dominance.
me, yeah, let's go to dominance very quickly, and let's just wrap it up. All right, so dominance, what can we abstract from this? Basically, we're going to be having a alt season or not, right? So let me just go all the way up here, and this is it. So, oh, no, this dominance. There we go. This other dominance. All right. So if we're moving upwards or to the upside, most likely we are seeing, or not definitely, we're seeing influx of money on the altcoins, right? So we could be looking for maybe an altcoin season. But if we're going downwards, most likely we're going to be seeing shorts being taken or dumping of those altcoins. So what's happening here? Look at that. We are running into a area of support. So I think, please correct me if I'm wrong, CryptoPoyo, you're looking for a possibility of a bounce right here for maybe a long position on altcoins, sorry. So that's what I got at this point. And he also mentioned a double bottom and an hourly. And look at that, man. It's almost confirmed. We only need to break this high, break a retest,
go.
and let's fucking go.
And then we can
Good catch,
fuck
brother.
east, baby.
And I thought you were talking about watch, like, man, whatever. We're not getting monetized. Like, watch others' dick or something like that. I did not caught it at the beginning. That's why I kind of like ignore it on the Piper Academy, because I don't know if I was being kidding, right? Or joked on. So I was like, I first need to ask before I react to this. So, wig fig trick. Oh, nice. Absolutely. So let me pass it over to
The
you,
one wick.
Alex. Wick.
Wick fib trick. He's trying to catch knives. And it does work, but when it doesn't work, it can be detrimental. Okay. Because he's a chicken. He's chicken drinking water. He's crypto pollo. He loves the chicken drinking water, man. You know, you see stuff like this. Here's a crypto pollo, right? You go like this, right? We caught the wick here, but he's a chicken, right? So you got the little beak here, right? You got the beak here. You got the big chicken head, right? And then the feathers. Ka 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 ka. He's a big fat chicken, and this is the water, right? He's chicken drinking water. Slurp, slurp, slurp. Boops, up we go. CDW. So Jason Casper is very good at these, and they are typically Fibonacci levels, right? Like even this one was a 618. But I'm telling you straight up, because I can I catch these levels sometimes, okay? But if you're not entering these trades, this one here, and your stop loss is right underneath when you enter, you're gonna get destroyed. Okay?
Wiggle, wiggle,
Because
wiggle.
you will do that right here, and it will go. All right? You will do that right here, and it will go boom. Okay? So if you're not sure and you're not managing your risk, well, you can just enter without confluence. You can't, or you can. You need confluence, right? Yes, you do. Can't. You need confluence, right? Yeah. So you need, like that's the thing, is you need to have key levels, confluence, exhaustion. There's a bunch of things that go into identifying those moves. But at the end of the day, catching moves like that, your break even is protected. Like, yes, I got long right here, literally on the bottom, right? So like I could have just held this trade all day long and I would have never been down on my trade. For me, I have targets, right? Like I'm out here because I had a short target in mind, right? I wasn't looking to come back up here. I wasn't looking to, this is a long trade. For me, man, this is like I feel like I've turned 80 by the time this trade's done. Okay? And let's look at this, because I was going over this with my Discord yesterday. Let's look at this trade here. Let me show you something. Okay, this is the key. Okay, so I got long here. Cool. I'm cool, man. I caught the bottom. Okay. I got out right here. Let's look at what we would look for confirmation. Okay. So you have no market structure change in here. Low, lower high, lower high, lower high. Okay. You have no market structure change until where? Here. Okay. Here's your market structure change. Okay. So that's your confirmation. Let's go and look at market structure here. I don't have to explain it to you. It's right there. Okay. There's your first confirmation. You can go on a 1 minute. There's like one in here. Like if you really want to pick this apart, I think it's here, but then it goes back to red. Okay. This is your first level of confirmation. Okay. Let's go back to the 3 minute. Now, what is beautiful about this? Okay. What is beautiful about this? Yes, I took this trade. Great. This here, if you got long here, if you got long here, right? You catch whatever, golden pocket bounce, right? Probably a golden pocket, right? This is 12:45, right? When does the move start moving? Look, you're range bound. It starts moving here, right? This is 5 o'clock. You're telling me between 12:30, 5 hours later, you're still confident in your trade? How do you feel? You've thought you're going to go down about 1,000 times. You've thought, oh, we're going to go to the moon. Oh, we're going to go to the zero. Oh, we're going to go to the moon. Oh, we're going to go to zero. oh, I better check my reactor. I'm going to check the 30-minute. I'm going to check the 20-minute. I'm going to check the 2-hour. I'm going to check the. And by the time it's time to make money, you're fucking out of the trade, man. Right? You've thought yourself. But if you had just gone off confirmation of trend, market structure is key, right, Mr. Pollo? If you had just gone off of the trend confirmation, guess what? You got a beautiful golden pocket here. Perfect tap. You have a perfect sweep of the lows. Oh, yeah. Sweep of the lows. So you have a perfect mitigation of a high, right? You get long here. You're paid instantly, baby. You're paid right away. You're not sitting 5 hours in here hanging out, wondering if your trade's going to go a certain way. You're paid, baby. Look at this right away. Right away, up only. Okay? It's the same thing that goes here. Waiting forever. Would you not rather just get long right here and take that trade? Or let's say you're in this trade. You've already hit take profit 1. You're looking to add here, or you're looking to just let this thing ride now because you've already been paid. Right? So catching a bottom is cool, but understand I got paid instantly. $1,000. Done. Go hang out with my family for the rest of the day. If you're swing trading and you're chilling at work and you got 8 hours and you get in here, your stop loss below the low, different type of style, right? But understand this, that you could get in here, get paid, and get out, right? And that's the beauty of market structure, right? There's nothing here that needs to tell you to get long yet until here. Now we get long. Now we make money right away. And it's a lot easier because I know myself. This bottom, I'm looking lower. Just like OC was. I'm looking lower, right? This is the first stop. I have this whole area that I'm interested in. While we're sitting in here, I'm worried, man. Are we going to go lower? Are we going to go lower? Are we going to go lower? And by then, I'm taking the profits and getting out and denying myself of this because I lose my confidence in a trade. I don't know if that happens to you guys, but that happens. I can talk myself out of a trade. I can see that we're in here and I got, bearish divergence on my oscillator. Oh no, we're going to drop. Oh no, exhausted, right? Oh, right? All these things. And by the time it's time to make money, I've convinced myself I'm wrong when I was right. So take that into account too, right? Confirmation trading, right? And that's going to help you really be in your trade and be comfortable with that. And I mean, you never had a reason to close this. You do have higher lows all the way up here, right? You've never had a reason. But this can be very like, oh my God, is this the low? Really? Is it not going to SFP and then bounce?
Yeah.
That's what I'd be looking for, right? So just keep that in mind because it's a mental game too, right? Like it's great to take the setups, but it's also important to get into a trade with confidence and then stick with your plan, right? And that's going to really allow you to benefit off of the move, right? Because if we're taking 1-to-1 trades over and over again, eventually we're going to get wrecked, right? We want to take 3-to-1 trades and get away with 2-to-1, right? We take profit a little bit early, we get a 2-to-1, right? And I've done that all day today, right? I woke up this morning making money. But it's been that. It's been taking the money. It's super volatile right now. Look at the VIX, baby. Do I have to say much more? This is insane. Okay? This is insane. Anything above 20 is insane. This is crazy, man. We're in crazy town right now. Ta 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 ta. Okay? This is like what happens if you go to Army Piper's house and you try to break in. You get pop, 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 pop. And like it's coming at you, right? So careful. Careful. Pretty wild, pretty wild. So let's see, are we gonna go long or what?
Oh yeah, we talked about how not to do why not to catch a knife, right? So
Yes.
now let me show you how to do it. Fuck it. We
Show
already know that
me.
we can get kicked in the balls, right?
Show
What's
me,
the worst that
baby.
can happen? Perfect. All right. This is not exact science, right? Because we're trying to catch a falling knife, right? But I do have a couple of things that I do put into my favor. So let's go for something, whatever asset it is. So we are on other here. So there's one tool that I use for catching knife, and this is the main tool I use, right? It is the volume profile bar magnifier order block by Jacob Maccabee. Take a deep shot is only 7 and 10, and then the first one he'll close engulfing 100%. That's it, right? Unchained, lol. A little bit. Right, so what I want with this, those are order blocks. But inside the order blocks, I want to see, or I want to X-ray those order blocks, exactly for what Alex was mentioning. Like when we started hitting the order block or the zone that we're expected to go into, right? I mean, it is hell for me, and I can completely identify with what Alex was mentioning. I mean, when we just grasp it, and I'm like, shit, man, really? Are we not even touching center? We have this big ass zone, and we're just gonna scratch it, right? And then do a reversal, where this is where this tool comes in place. Yeah, exactly. We can see inside the order block and see the spikes. So for example, here, I will be aiming for an early entry here, despite I could be going all the way slightly above the center line, because what is the center right here? Somewhere around here, right? But the center, it is almost the weakest part of the order block. So I have a strong resistance here. So maybe I could be looking for a candle almost just barely going in and then dumping back down, right? The next thing that I do is what I call impossible targets. That's why when I'm trading this, I do have my predictive ranges. So, oh, where are you, predictive ranges? Come on. I think those are it. Yeah. Here are my predictive ranges. Let's take a look at the configuration of these particular predictive ranges. I want them to be right now on chart and predictive ranges chart. Perfect. I'm going to take out the fill and 50. Perfect. That's it. And I want to start looking for, again, impossible targets. Something that I do with these predictive ranges is that I don't use them standalone. I use them with order blocks, normal order blocks. So I want to see first where's the confluence, right? So look at that coming in here. I do have, look at this, my catching knife, and I also have a soft order blocking here. So I'm gonna be looking at two areas, 1, 2, and then if I go higher, 3. So I want impossible targets, right? This is for whatever. Let's just do random right there. Ethereum. Oh, it just had to be Ethereum. Man, I'm telling you, I don't know why, but fuck Ethereum. All right. So at this point, look at that order block is actually impossible, right? So that's what I'm gonna be aiming. If I think that we're gonna be going lower, well then I aim for impossible targets. What's gonna be my impossible target? Between these two areas. What else can I grab from there? Well then I need to push more indicators to see if I have anything down there that might be giving me the heads up to trade it, which I really don't. I really don't. So I'm going to be aiming for these areas right there. So let me just turn it off for a little second. So let's see also how far can I go, right? I'm going to be measuring that one and then aiming for my impossible target. So why? Because this volume profile magnifier in this case is just above me. It's not showing anything below me, so I cannot use it. So let's use another strategy then. I'm gonna be turning on my predictive ranges, measuring from where to where. I moved all the way like this, so where I can be aiming, again, look at that, to my impossible target. So that's the way I start trading or catching knives. First, using the volume profile magnifiers, this one, and let me give you guys where is it about this script, and then can I share it? Where can I share it? I don't know. Well, maybe if I just copy this and paste it here, maybe take you to that page. Yeah, it does. It does. There we go. So there is. You just add it to favorites, and then you can use it. All right. So very quick. This is how I use it, and very important. From one single position, I want to divide and get as much as I can. So, for example, if this impossible target seems too impossible, maybe this one I put half on half, right? And the other half at my impossible target. And that'll be it. That will be it. And then I just remember that I'm in the casino and I can lose this one position. So nothing like, do not use cross on catching knife, guys. Please, for the love of God. So that's basically it. That's what I got. Alex, do you have anything else that you would like to share?
Yeah, I think just really it's like today is like I would stay away, man. Like it's I've made money today and it's like questionable, you know what I mean? It's like I don't know. I'm not guessing, but it's like it's crazy, man. It's I think at any time you need to be prepared that the market can go in the opposite direction. Let's leave it at that. At any time right now. So use a stop loss. Besides that,
Please.
have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, guys, and see you on Monday. Hopefully, you guys have made some profits. And if not, remember, breaking even also gets you up there with a 3% of traders that are not losing money. So, guys, thank you so much for joining. And as always, see you guys on Monday.